Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel are on borrowed time with the Cleveland Browns. Even Stefanski is looking elsewhere. Sanders and Gabriel are locked in a competitive battle. The OTAs and the mandatory minicamp for the Cleveland Browns are already history, and the quarterback competition drama for the starting spot continues to deliver new chapters every day. What has been heard and read the most in recent days is that Joe Flacco will start the season under center for the team, but he will be under immense pressure. Any drop in performance or collapse, starting in Week 1 against the Cincinnati Bengals, will have the media, and especially the fans, calling for a change. And they'll likely want to see the highly talked about Shedeur Sanders as the starter, although there's still a long way to go for that to happen. Right now, Kenny Pickett and fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel are ahead of Shedeur on the depth chart. Even though Shedeur Sanders is currently at the bottom, being the only one during recent practices who didn't get reps with the first team, insiders say he did show talent and promising signs. That's why, once training camp begins in the third week of July, he might have a chance to move up the ranks. Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel do not have a secure spot on the Browns. Within the Cleveland Browns organization, there is a faint hope that Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders could turn out to be the right guy and shine with the team. But that will be very difficult to achieve, especially given the team's tough schedule. It's highly likely that the Cleveland Browns will finish with one of the worst records next season, which could give them access to top quarterback talents in the next draft. For example, Drew Aller from Penn State, Arch Manning, or Cade Klubnik from Clemson. Jacob Infante from Pro Football Network published an article stating that if the team ends up with a poor record, they should go after a real quarterback. Although the Cleveland Browns selected Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders in 2025, neither came in with the kind of draft capital that typically signals a long-term commitment, Infante wrote. If Cleveland ends up with the worst record in the league, it would be smart to go for a true franchise quarterback. So the journey of Shedeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel with the Cleveland Browns could end up being a very short one for both players. It started as a family football fairy tale. The Sanders brothers, Shedeur, the laser-armed quarterback, and Shelo, the hard-hitting defensive back, were supposed to be the crown jewels of Coach Prime's kingdom. Together with their legendary father, Deion Sanders, they brought swagger, headlines, and hope to both Jackson State and later Colorado. But as they now head into their professional careers, the unity is beginning to fray. This time, it's not the media, a rival team, or even Coach Prime stirring the controversy. It's Shedeur Sanders himself, who, in a now viral live stream, appeared to mock his younger brother Shedeur for his recent brush with the law. "He out here thinking he Batman in the Lambo," Shedeur chuckled, referencing the speeding ticket Shedeur recently received in Cleveland. "Next time you see flashing lights, bro, just know they ain't your fan club." The clip, meant to be a joke among brothers, struck many fans the wrong way. And in the echo chamber of social media, jokes don't always land softly, especially when the target is someone already under fire, but legal trouble. Shedeur Sanders' recent issue was minor by criminal standards. A speeding ticket in Cleveland for driving nearly 90 miles per hour in a 60 zone. Yet, the timing couldn't have been worse. The Browns had just begun OTAs, and eyes were already on the young quarterback's ability to mature and lead. While it wasn't a major offense, it did invite unwanted questions about Shedeur's discipline and focus, particularly in a league where reputations stick fast and expectations for rookies are sky-high. With Cleveland reportedly eyeing top quarterback talent in the 2026 draft, this was not the kind of attention Shedeur needed. Brotherly banter or public betrayal? Shedeur's comments may have been made in jest, but the reaction was swift. Fans flooded the live stream's comment section and later social media threads. Some defenders argued it was classic brotherly banter, something any siblings would say. But others saw it as a subtle form of betrayal, especially given the highly public and pressurized life the Sanders family already leads. And this isn't the first time Shelo has taken playful jabs at Shedeur. Their dynamic often mirrors the roles they play on the field. Shelo, the smack-talking enforcer, and Shedeur, the composed playmaker. But the stakes are different now. This isn't Colorado anymore. This is the NFL. Family dynamics on display. Deion Sanders has spent years preaching unity and family values as central pillars of his football philosophy, so it's ironic and telling.